Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Before we dive into this wild office story, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my updates. Let's get started. I walked into the office on a Monday, expecting another routine week. The hum of computers and the scent of fresh coffee filled the air. My desk, neatly organized, sat by the window with a view of the city skyline. I was a project manager, respected, with 5 years at the company. But something felt off that morning. A strange tension lingered. My secretary, Lisa, greeted me with a nervous smile. She was always cheerful, but today her eyes darted around. I asked if everything was okay, and she hesitated. "There's something you need to know," she whispered. My stomach tightened. I sensed trouble brewing. Lisa leaned closer, her voice barely audible. She mentioned rumors, ugly ones, about me. I couldn't believe it. Who would spread lies? The office suddenly felt like a minefield. I needed answers, and fast. Lisa explained she'd overheard a conversation in the break room. Apparently, my coworker Jake was the source of the rumors. He'd been telling people I was mishandling project funds. The accusation hit like a punch to the gut. I'd always been transparent, meticulous with budgets. Jake and I weren't close, but we'd never clashed openly. Why would he do this? Lisa said she'd heard him talking to Sarah, another colleague. They didn't know she was there, grabbing coffee. The rumors were spreading fast, poisoning the team's trust. I felt my face flush with anger and betrayal. How could Jake undermine me like this? I thanked Lisa for her honesty and sat down, reeling. The office buzzed around me, oblivious to my turmoil. I needed a plan to confront this. I spent the morning reviewing project records, double-checking every transaction. Everything was clean, just as I knew it would be. But the damage was done. Rumors don't need proof to hurt. I noticed colleagues avoiding eye contact during the team meeting. Even my boss, Karen, seemed distant, her usual warmth absent. Had she heard the rumors too? I couldn't let this fester. I asked Lisa to keep her ears open for more chatter. She nodded, promising to report back discreetly. By noon, the office felt like a pressure cooker. I saw Jake across the room, laughing with Sarah. His casual demeanor infuriated me. Did he know the chaos he'd caused? I wanted to confront him, but I needed to be strategic. That afternoon, I called Lisa into my office for a private chat. She looked anxious but determined to help. She revealed more details. Jake had been vying for my position. He'd been dropping hints about my incompetence for weeks. It wasn't just about funds. He'd questioned my leadership too. I felt a mix of rage and disbelief. Jake was ambitious, sure, but this was low. Lisa said she'd caught him whispering to others in the copy room. The rumors were spreading like wildfire, tainting my reputation. I thanked her again and asked her to document everything she'd heard. Evidence would be crucial if this escalated. As she left, I felt a spark of determination. I wouldn't let Jake destroy my career. The next day, I noticed the office dynamics shifting further. People whispered when I passed by, their eyes flickering with doubt. Even my closest work friend, Tom, seemed hesitant to chat. I felt isolated, like an outsider in my own workplace. I kept my composure, focusing on my tasks, but it wasn't easy. Lisa slipped me a note during lunch, detailing more of Jake's comments. He'd implied I was too cozy with a client. The accusation was baseless, but it stung. I decided to gather my own evidence. I started tracking interactions, noting who Jake spoke to. The office was a chessboard now, and I had to play smart. I couldn't let emotions cloud my judgment. By Wednesday, the rumors had reached critical mass. Karen called me into her office for a quick chat. Her tone was formal, her face unreadable. She asked about the project budgets, probing for details. I presented my records, calm but firm, explaining every decision. She nodded but didn't smile, unusual for her. I left her office shaken but resolute. Jake's lies were affecting my standing with leadership. I needed to act before things got worse. Back at my desk, Lisa updated me. Jake was now hinting I might be fired. The audacity floored me. I decided it was time to confront him, but not alone. I needed allies and a clear strategy to expose his lies. I spent the evening strategizing at home, unable to sleep. The office had become a battleground, and I was losing ground. I reviewed Lisa's notes, which were detailed and damning. Jake had been careless, spreading his lies openly. I decided to loop in Tom, hoping he'd back me up. The next morning, I pulled him aside in the break room. He looked uneasy but listened as I explained everything. To my relief, he believed me and offered to help. He'd overheard Jake's comments too, but hadn't connected the dots. Tom agreed to keep an eye on Jake's interactions. With Lisa and Tom on my side, I felt stronger. The tide was turning, but I had to be careful. Thursday brought a breakthrough. Lisa overheard Jake boasting to a new hire about his plan to climb the ranks. He'd mentioned discrediting me as a stepping stone. Lisa recorded the conversation on her phone, discreetly. When she played it for me, my blood boiled. Jake's voice was smug, confident he'd get away with it. The recording was gold, hard evidence of his scheming. I thanked Lisa profusely. Her loyalty was unwavering. I decided to take the evidence to Karen, but timing was critical. If I moved too soon, Jake might twist the narrative. I needed to catch him off guard, expose him publicly. The office was about to see a showdown, and I was ready. Friday morning, I requested a team meeting with Karen's approval. I framed it as a project update but had bigger plans. The meeting room was packed, the air thick with anticipation. Jake sat near the front, looking smug as ever. I started with routine updates, keeping my tone steady. Then, I shifted gears, addressing the rumors head-on. I played Lisa's recording, letting Jake's words echo through the room. Gasps rippled across the team. Jake's face went pale. I presented my project records, proving my integrity. Karen's eyes widened. She hadn't expected this. I called out Jake's lies, calm but firm. The room was silent, all eyes on him. He stammered, unable to respond. The aftermath was electric. Jake tried to deflect, claiming it was a misunderstanding. But the recording was undeniable, and his credibility crumbled. Karen stepped in, her voice sharp, demanding an explanation. Jake fumbled, his excuses falling flat. Colleagues who doubted me now looked ashamed. I felt vindicated but exhausted. Karen adjourned the meeting, asking Jake to stay behind. The rest of us filed out, the office buzzing with whispers. Lisa squeezed my hand, her smile triumphant. Tom gave me a nod of respect. I'd cleared my name, but the cost was high. The office dynamic had shifted forever. I wondered what would happen to Jake, and to me. After the meeting, the office felt different, like the air had been cleared. Colleagues approached me, apologizing for believing the rumors. I nodded, accepting their words, but trust was frayed. Karen called me into her office later that day. She apologized for doubting me and praised my professionalism. She assured me my position was secure, but I sensed a shift in her tone. The ordeal had exposed cracks in our team's foundation. Jake's fate was still unclear, but rumors of his suspension swirled. I thanked Karen and returned to my desk, drained. Lisa was there, her loyalty a lifeline through this mess. I realized how much I owed her. The office was quieter now, but tension lingered. I wondered how we'd move forward. Over the weekend, I reflected on the week's events, still shaken. Jake's betrayal had blindsided me, but Lisa's courage saved me. I thought about the office culture, how quickly trust could erode. I decided to propose changes to Karen, like team-building initiatives. Monday morning, I learned Jake had been suspended pending an investigation. His desk sat empty, a stark reminder of the drama. Colleagues were cautious, unsure how to act around me. I focused on my work, determined to rebuild trust. Lisa kept me grounded, her updates keeping me in the loop. I started documenting ideas for improving transparency. The office needed healing, and I wanted to lead that change. By midweek, the investigation into Jake's conduct was in full swing. HR interviewed me, Lisa, and others who'd heard his rumors. I provided the recording and my project records, feeling confident. Lisa's testimony was crucial. She didn't hold back. I admired her bravery. She'd risked her own position to help me. Colleagues began warming up to me again, some even joking about the drama. But I wasn't ready to let my guard down. Jake's actions had exposed a toxic undercurrent in the office. I met with Tom to brainstorm ways to prevent this in the future. We agreed on pushing for open communication channels. The office was stabilizing, but scars remained. Karen called a follow-up team meeting to address the fallout. She acknowledged the rumors and their impact, emphasizing trust. She announced new policies for reporting concerns anonymously. I felt a surge of relief. My ideas were being heard. Jake's suspension was confirmed, with termination likely. His absence left a void, but it also opened opportunities. I volunteered to lead a transparency initiative, and Karen agreed. Colleagues rallied behind me, their support genuine now. Lisa's role in exposing Jake was quietly acknowledged. She deserved credit. The office was healing, but it would take time. I felt a renewed sense of purpose, ready to rebuild. As weeks passed, the office began to feel normal again, though changed. My transparency initiative gained traction, with team input. Colleagues were more open, sharing ideas without fear. I noticed a shift in how people treated me. Respect had replaced doubt. Lisa was promoted to an administrative lead, a well-earned reward. I thanked her privately, promising to always have her back. Tom became a closer ally, helping with my initiatives. Karen praised our efforts, hinting at a possible promotion for me. The rumors were a distant memory, but their lessons lingered. I'd learned to stay vigilant, to value loyalty. The office was stronger now, and so was I. Jake's termination was finalized a month later, no surprises there. His departure closed a painful chapter, but questions remained. Why had he targeted me? Was it just ambition, or something personal? I'd never know, and maybe it didn't matter. The office had moved on, and so had I. My transparency initiative was now policy, with regular feedback sessions. Colleagues embraced the change, and trust was rebuilding. Lisa thrived in her new role, her confidence inspiring. I felt proud of what we'd achieved together. The office wasn't perfect, but it was better. I started mentoring younger employees, sharing my experience. The future looked bright, despite the past. Looking back, the ordeal reshaped my perspective on work and trust. I'd always valued my career, but now I saw its fragility. Rumors could destroy reputations in days, even hours. Lisa's courage and Tom's support were my anchors. I realized loyalty was rare and precious in a competitive workplace. My initiative continued to grow, fostering open dialogue. Colleagues shared stories of past conflicts, learning from them. Karen became a stronger ally, backing my ideas. I felt like a leader, not just a manager. The office was no longer a minefield, it was a community. I'd faced betrayal and come out stronger. That changed everything. Months later, the office was thriving, a stark contrast to that chaotic week. My promotion came through, a testament to my resilience. I was now a senior manager, overseeing multiple projects. Lisa and I grew closer, our bond forged in crisis. She was a rising star, her insights invaluable. Tom led a team of his own, and we collaborated often. The Transparency Initiative became a company-wide model. Other branches adopted it, citing our success. I felt a sense of pride but stayed humble. The rumors had tested me, but they'd also revealed my strength. I was grateful for the lessons, painful as they were. I often thought about Jake, wondering where he ended up. His actions had cost him everything, his job, his reputation. I didn't feel pity, but I did feel closure. The office had healed, and I'd grown as a leader. I made a point to check in with colleagues regularly. Trust was now the foundation of our team, hard-earned. Lisa and I shared a laugh about the rumor days, sometimes. It felt like a distant memory, yet it shaped us. My career was on an upward trajectory, but I stayed grounded. I knew how quickly things could change. The office was my home now, flaws and all. As I write this, I'm preparing for a company-wide presentation. My transparency initiative is being showcased as a success story. I've been asked to speak at other branches, sharing my journey. It's humbling, knowing my story resonates. Lisa will join me, her perspective adding depth. The office has become a place of growth, not just work. I've learned to value loyalty, vigilance, and resilience. The rumors that once threatened me now feel like a turning point. They exposed weaknesses but also strengths. I'm grateful for my team, my allies, and my own grit. The office changed, and so did I. That's the story I'll carry forward. The presentation day arrived, and the conference room was packed. Colleagues from other branches filled the seats, eager to hear. I stood at the podium, Lisa by my side, feeling confident. I shared the story of the rumors, keeping Jake's name out. The focus was on lessons learned, not blame. I explained how transparency rebuilt our team's trust. Lisa spoke about her role, her voice steady and proud. The audience nodded, taking notes, inspired. Questions poured in. How did we implement the initiative? What challenges did we face? I answered honestly, emphasizing teamwork. The applause at the end was heartfelt. We'd made an impact beyond our office. After the presentation, several managers approached me with ideas. They wanted to replicate our success in their own teams. I offered to mentor them, sharing resources and strategies. Lisa was thrilled, her promotion shining through her confidence. We were a team, stronger than ever. Back at the office, Karen praised our work, hinting at more opportunities. I felt a sense of purpose, knowing I was shaping the company. The rumors were a distant echo, their power gone. My focus was on building a better workplace. Colleagues respected me, not just as a manager but as a leader. The office felt like a community now, not a battleground. Over the next few months, our initiative spread across the company. I traveled to other branches, training teams on transparency. Lisa often joined me, her insights invaluable. We became known as the Trust Builders, a nickname we laughed about. The office culture shifted company-wide, with open forums now standard. I saw fewer cliques, less Juno, less gossip. My leadership style evolved, inspired by the ordeal. I prioritized listening, fostering trust. Colleagues noticed the change, and morale soared. The rumors had sparked a revolution, ironically. I was grateful for the growth, despite the pain. One day, Lisa shared a rumor she'd heard about a new hire's concerns. It wasn't malicious, just a misunderstanding about protocol. We addressed it in an open forum, no drama needed. The Transparency Initiative made such issues rare. I realized how far we'd come since Jake's lies. The office was a place of collaboration now, not suspicion. I mentored the new hire, sharing my story to ease their fears. Lisa watched, proud, her role as a leader growing. Karen praised our proactive approach, calling us a model team. The scars of the past were fading, replaced by trust. I felt fulfilled, knowing I'd helped build this. My promotion brought new responsibilities, but I was ready. I led larger projects, integrating transparency into every step. Colleagues trusted my decisions, knowing I valued honesty. Lisa took on more leadership, her confidence inspiring. Tom's team thrived, and we collaborated on big initiatives. The office was a hub of creativity, not conflict. I reflected on how Jake's rumors had been a catalyst. They'd forced me to fight for my reputation, revealing my strength. The office was better for it, and so was I. I'd learned to navigate betrayal with grace. My career was stronger, my purpose clearer. The company's annual retreat was a highlight, celebrating our progress. I gave a speech about resilience, sharing my story broadly. Colleagues from other branches approached me, inspired. Lisa and I led workshops on trust building, a hit with attendees. Karen announced a company-wide transparency award, and our team won. The recognition felt like closure, a nod to our journey. The office had transformed, and I'd played a key role. Jake's betrayal was a distant memory, its lessons enduring. I felt proud, not just of myself but of my team. We'd turned pain into progress, together. Back at the office, I noticed small changes that meant everything. Colleagues greeted each other openly, sharing ideas freely. The break room was lively, not tense. I mentored more employees, passing on lessons of resilience. Lisa's new role gave her a platform to shine. Tom and I planned a company-wide transparency summit. Karen supported us, her trust in me absolute. The office was a place of growth, not gossip. I realized the rumors had been a test, one we'd passed. My leadership had evolved, grounded in trust and vigilance. The office was my legacy now, a place of strength. One evening, Lisa and I grabbed coffee, reminiscing about the chaos. We laughed about how far we'd come, grateful for each other. She'd become a close friend, her loyalty unmatched. I thought about Jake, wondering if he'd learned anything. His actions had hurt, but they'd sparked change. The office was healthier, more connected. My initiatives were now company policy, a lasting impact. I felt a deep sense of accomplishment. The rumors had tested my resolve, but I'd emerged stronger. My career was thriving, my team united. The office was a community, and I was its leader. As the year ended, I looked back on the journey with clarity. The rumors had been a storm, but we'd rebuilt stronger. My promotion felt earned, not given. Lisa's growth mirrored mine, her courage a constant inspiration. The office was a model for others, a testament to our work. I continued mentoring, sharing my story to inspire. The Transparency Initiative was my proudest achievement. It had turned a toxic workplace into a thriving one. Jake's lies had backfired, exposing his flaws, not mine. I'd learned to value loyalty, to stay vigilant. The office was my home, its future bright. I was ready for what came next. Today, I stand in an office transformed by trust and resilience. The rumors that once threatened me are gone, their lessons enduring. My team is strong, united by shared purpose. Lisa, Tom, and I lead with transparency, inspiring others. The company thrives, its culture reshaped by our work. I've grown as a leader, grounded in loyalty and strength. The ordeal changed me, but for the better. I'm proud of our journey, grateful for the scars. They remind me of what we overcame. The office is a community now, not a battlefield. I look forward to building its future, one honest step at a time. Thanks for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for more. Your support means the world.